been a while, especially since I used that lens. Yeah, we're on the 10 to 24, and I only use this one to vlog or record videos, and I haven't done that in a second. We are in a new room. This is a new college room, college dorm in the same building, but yeah, I've been pretty busy because I was originally planning to take 14 credits and lock in on finding a job, but then I got preoccupied and I added 3 more, so I'm taking 17 now. And the way things ended up, I wasn't thinking I would continue working at my internship after the summer ended, but I am. So I have 20 hours of that, 17 hours of classes, and a bit more time for research that I also have to commit. So that's where the time for the videos went. But it's a 4-day break and I can finally talk about some stuff. Yeah, so out of everything I just mentioned, I think the point that I am most focused on right now is just schoolwork. This entire notebook is just filled up with notes. This is actually my exam cheat sheet. Notes, just practice problems. Yeah, I went through this entire thing in like pretty much a month. So yeah, a lot of work done there. But before I talk specifically about any types of note taking, I do want to mention about digital note taking. I do think digital note taking is still really important, just because how easy it is to make indexable notes with it. But more recently, rather than using my e-ink tablet or my iPad, I have actually been really enjoying writing on paper. So I think that's going to be more of a focus for this video, but feel free to check out the iPad review or my e-ink collection video, because I think those hold up really well in terms of my thoughts. The only really big upgrade the only really big change that has happened to either of these setups is the screen protector. This iPad actually has the Paperlike 3 on it right now, and thank you to Paperlike for sponsoring this video. But yeah, let's try out this new butterfly application method they've got here. Very beautiful finish we have here. It's pretty easy to apply. So this Paperlike screen protector will retail for $50. The one I was using before was $24, but the feel is objectively just worse than this. This new Paperlike 3 is honestly really nice feeling. They use the new nanodot technology, so it's a very smooth writing experience and feels a lot closer to something like a nice e-ink screen rather than an attempted matte filter. But without further ado, just going into the pencils. Yeah, I have been using this Roaring Springs graph paper. Honestly, this pickup actually is not specifically because of James. For some reason, my school has been pushing Roaring Springs really hard. If I went into the school supply store, and these are just available there, and you don't have to order them on Amazon or anything, and it's actually cheaper than what it is on Amazon. Each one of these is $6 at my school supply store. So I actually saw like a bunch of random people, just like frat guys, that are using these, and I was pretty surprised about that. But it's kind of funny how this is actually the most economical option that you can get for a nice engineering notebook. And here is the most important part, I suppose. These are all of the pencils and pens that I normally use. Other than the Roaring Spring notebook, I do also use a Midori notebook. It's a Midori MD A4 notebook. There's currently nothing in it, but I will explain why on that in a second. I also have a smaller Hobonichi that is a bit easier to carry around. It has a cute little cat design on it, which is why I got it. But yeah. Let's get into the pencils themselves. I guess I can start with what I think is a hidden gem that I more recently discovered. Let me flip to a fresh page here in the MD. Okay. Yeah, this is the Oto GS01. If you guys are familiar with the Oto MS01, it's from the same company. It default comes with this 0.7 millimeter needle point, But what I've been doing is I've been taking that cartridge out and actually putting in one of these guys in each of them. This is a Uniball SRX 600, or sorry, that's the Rotring. This is the one I meant to find. This is the Uniball. Yeah, this is the Uni Jetstream SRX 600. I actually really like the needle tip that default comes with these, but it's in 0.7 only, which is kind of unfortunate. I actually really like the way it writes. It's really smooth and not many issues with it. I really just wish it came in a 0.5 variant. But yeah, these pencils are really cheap. Like I think I got I got a 3-pack for $15, so $5 each. For a pretty nice solid pen that you can just swap refills out of. I don't really get too tired using these. Oh, I think this cartridge is running out actually. But I've really enjoyed using the SRX 600 cartridge as well. I have burned through 2 of these already, so I guess we've went through a 3rd one just about now. So yeah, I think this is a really nice setup. No complaints at all, especially for how cheap it is. So yeah, definitely check this out if you have a stationery store near you. My last ballpoint pen is the Rotring 800. This is just in the silver colorway, and it also has an SRX 600 in it. I think this should be a fresh cartridge, so it should write better than what we just had. Yeah, look at that difference. The fresh cartridge is definitely making a big difference there. But it's a very smooth cartridge and the ink flows well. No issues on my end at all. I actually got this because I really like my original Rotring 800 pencil. This guy. But if you guys didn't know, the dimensions are actually different on the ballpoint pen versus the pencil version. If you look at it this way, you can kind of see the diameter on this guy, the pen version, is actually like, it's a good bit wider, or it's a good bit larger, so that can actually be pretty annoying. I was pretty sad about that, but it is what it is, and this is a pretty reliable pen. So I don't know if I'd pay $40 for it, which is what I think it retails for, but I got a deal off of a dude on Discord, so I won't complain there. I guess that leads us into our pencil section with the Rotring 800. This was my first pencil, this was my first ever really nice mechanical pencil. I messed around a lot in elementary school with cheaper ones, but this one I got in 8th grade for my birthday, in 7th grade for my birthday from my dad, and I'm a college sophomore now, so I guess I've had this guy for like 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, oh, why did I do that? 11, 12, 1, 2. I've had this for 3, 6, 8 years now. So, has served me really well. As you can see, it still writes out pretty well, but the lead will like snap inside of the mechanism, especially when you go to close it. So that's kind of the reason why it's not super valued pencil. It's a valued possession of mine just because it's a birthday present and I really like the design of it, but it's not the greatest thing to carry around. That honor would go to my Rotring 600s. This one is a special edition loft yellow, which I'm very happy about because I got a great deal for this on an eBay auction last year. But I also have a green colored one, another Rotring 600. I'd say if you could only get one pencil, this is probably the one that I would buy. Both of these, I've had both of these for a year. These will last you longer than an 800 if you have a bad copy of an 800, unless you drop them. If you drop them, they'll get cooked, but if you don't drop them, they'll kind of just last forever. So, very good investment. You can get these for like $10 to $15, like aftermarket, or even like on market if you can catch a good sale. So, yeah, highly recommend one of these. And the Loft Yellow is this is such a beautiful pencil. It's one of my favorite pieces ever. So, yeah. The grip diameter is also like pretty much identical feeling to this Rotring 800 pencil. So, yeah, very happy about that. And then this guy is the Odo MSL1. This was included. I included the black one in my video last year, but this is my favorite pencil from a design standpoint. I think the work that Odo does is just really innovative and different compared to all the different companies in the space. So yeah, it has this grip twist, which is how you actually reveal the writing tip there. And then up here, right above the grip, you can actually twist this bit that's like knurled. You can twist that bit and it'll adjust how much length of lead comes out every time you click. But this is a pretty fragile pencil. Even though the tip retracts, it's just not the most sturdy thing. This cap has a lot of issues. If you don't get a good copy, you have to kind of mod it. You have to rip it open and tape it up and stuff, or else this cap will just be really, really loose. But it's a, let me see if I can write something here. It's a really nice feeling pencil, and just from a design standpoint, it really is my favorite piece. Very unique, and I'd recommend it for a collector, I suppose. But yeah, love this pencil. No complaints about it if you have a nice copy. For anything that's really long, I really like the Kuratoga engines. So a Kuratoga pencil will have this little like window, and inside there you can kind of see the engine in it. But what it does is basically every time you press down your pencil, it'll rotate the tip every time you lift it and press it down. I don't know if you can see that, but there's like it goes down and up, and that's a rotation of the engine. Unfortunately, this specific model, this is a Kuratoga dive. It's pretty expensive model, if I'm being honest. I think I got this one for $60, but the retail is like $100. So yeah, unfortunately it doesn't have the double speed WS, I think, engine, but it is a normal engine, and that's pretty much good enough for me. And you can also adjust how much lead comes out on the auto advance. So it basically auto rotates and auto advances, this one specifically. So you can pretty much write indefinitely, which is pretty cool of a concept to me. The only thing that's limiting you is how much lead is actually inside the barrel here. It's basically a nicer version of the Orange Nero, I guess. I would recommend the Orange Nero just because of the price difference. I think you can get an Orange Nero for like $15 new now, which is crazy to me. I remember when the Orange Nero was like $40. So yeah, I'd recommend that over the Dive. But it is a really cool pencil, and I enjoy it. So that's why it's here. I had a pencil carry before, and I really like the cap mechanism because you don't really see that with mechanical pencils, which is why it sticks around. And then finally, moving on to some more bougie items here. We have my this is a Cowico Special, and then a Decimo, which is the same thing as the Pilot Vanishing Point, just in a smaller sizing, basically a more reduced sizing, as you could guess from the name Decimo. But yeah, I got the Cowico Special just because the grip here, like I mentioned, my favorite grip diameter is actually the one that comes with the Rotring 800, the pencil version. I think it's around 11 millimeters, and the smallest point of the Cowico Special grip, like right here, it's actually the same as this. So that is why I got this. This year I will be writing correctly. No backwards writing with the fountain pen. I really enjoy this pencil. I do wish I got a more fine tip. This is just a normal fine tip, but I kind of wish my writing was a bit less thick. So yeah, it works really well. It does feather on the Roaring Springs paper. It just doesn't bleed through the other side. Let me see if I can get that to show, but I don't think it'll really show up that well. Let's see. yeah, but just take my word, it feathers a decent bit on this kind of like Roaring Springs paper, but on something like MD paper, it'll be completely fine. Really enjoy it. Just use the default Coeco ink cartridges with this guy, especially because you can store 2 ink cartridges in here. They do run out kind of fast, so I was thinking about getting a converter, but kind of a pain, so we will see. And then with the Decimo here, this one I am not using cartridges in. I'm actually using the Fuyu, let's focus. Fuyu Shogun Iroshizuku Pilot ink. I filled it up like twice now. It has a Con 40 converter, or I think that's what it's called. It's a something 40 converter for Pilot Iroshizuku. It's just a something 40 Pilot ink converter. Works really well. Hello. I love pencils. Yeah, this is very wonderful. I really like the mechanism of the vanishing point, but on a smaller grip. Like I said, I really like small grips. So, yeah, that's kind of what I was just looking for. Another fountain pen that had a smaller grip and was kind of unconventional, because I don't really like the conventional design of pencils. On a kind of unrelated note, this is really, really pretty ink. And the bottles aren't that expensive, actually. I got mine for $15, so I think I will be collecting some more colors. It is a lot, like, more watery compared to, like, the cartridge Coeco ink, but I think that's just a characteristic of the ink. It's super pretty. You can, if you, like, kind of just let it, like, sit out or, like, pour it out. I think there's some left on this Kleenex that I was using, but the shading is just so beautiful on the ink. It's really just so pretty. Yeah, I'd say those are my main writing utensils. But the reason that this MD that just doesn't have anything in it is because what I've been doing is actually I've been using this Olfa perforation cutter. And what you can do here is you can actually, because this MD notebook is like, it's bound in by thread along this backing, you can't really take the pages out. So what I do is I will just cut like down the paper, and what this does is it just puts it puts tiny perforations in, so then you can just tear the page out basically. Oh, it ripped off there just because I didn't make that good of a cut, but you can kind of see how it gets that kind of perforated edge there. But yeah, I find this really useful. I like hanging stuff on all my walls or taking out specific pages for notes. So yeah, I find that really useful because usually I can't do that with any of my MD paper. I think these pencils are just so incredibly pretty. Yeah, I don't know, this being on my desk just brings me such immense joy, which is why I've spent a small fortune on these devices. When I do go out, I put them in this little baggie. This is something that my mom has from like when she did a lot of drawing and stuff. It has like these beads on the end. But what I'll usually take is, this one is a really special pencil to me, the Loft Yellow, so I'll leave that at home, but I'll take the 600 green, and either one of the GSO ones or the 800. And then if I'm gonna be writing or planning to write, I will also take the Dive. But yeah, I usually use this kind of lead. This is just like uni 0. Or this is just like uni. I don't know like what specific lead this is. I just know I see it a lot and it's accessible, and this is what I usually get. But I also do have this kind of lead. This is just pencil high polymer super. This is like my nice lead. I really enjoy this lead. If you did notice, this is actually 4B, not HB or anything. I like putting 4B in this pencil and just writing with it because I really like 4B because it's such a dark lead. Like, hello. Like, this is really dark. I don't know if that is apparent. If I pull out my Kurotoga, I'm pretty sure this has normal HB in it right now. Like, both of those are 0.5 HB, but this is much darker and more distinct. I think the light might make it like hard to see, but that's just like a statement. That's true. Only thing is that 4B will like smudge a lot easier compared to HB. So yeah, keep that in mind. I really wouldn't recommend just writing with 4B. It's just something that I like because I really like dark ink or dark writing, I guess. But yeah, once you buy it like bulk like this, it is also kind of economical. Not really, but yeah. When I started recording this video, it was still light outside, and it is not light outside anymore. But I hope you guys enjoyed. I've been working on my setup a lot. I think it's really coming along here. And I have a pretty cool framework ThinkPad project as well. But yeah, I will hopefully have more videos out in the very near future. I'm thinking I will do setup video perchance, but we'll figure it out. I'm tired and I have a lot of work still left to do. So see you guys. Leave any comments. Thank you as always for supporting me, even though I'm gone for long periods of time. Bye bye.